the suggestion is that somebody slid the documents under his door at the offices in Parliament. Is that possible? I mean, does that story make sense to you? Because if it did, then they would have fallen into his lap, you know. It's not as if he was in possession of them.
May I, from my consultation with him, explain why I agree with the Commissioner? This is a criminal offense. And he said to me that it was slotted under his door in an envelope. And then I said to Mr. Rapeso, we are in Cape Town. Well, actually, I said it to Mr. Rapeso and to Mr. Perumal, because he was sitting on their own and I was on the other end of the boardroom. We're in Cape Town. We can go to the parliamentary building and go and get the video footage. Also, we can get the register of who signed into that building on that day. And Mr. Adams' reply was, there's no cameras on that in his corridors where his offices are, and I find it very strange. I did draw the same conclusion as the Commissioner, that this could not have happened.
I mean, if somebody left classified documents on my desk and I happen to open the envelope and I see that they are there, you know, I acquired them through some improper means.
Commissioner, we must look at the timelines, and that is what I questioned about. I questioned, you received in September under your door. You opened your cases at the end of October. You refer to IDAC middle end of November. That's a very long time to be in possession of those documents.
It means he had them with him for at least 2 months before
Correct.
he came to IDAC.
Correct. The other concern is that when you were opening the dockets, if you didn't want to give the original of the documents that was slotted under your door, why not make copies, have them certify it, and attach it to the A1 in the dockets?
He kept them with him even after the Section 27 referral to IDAC.
Well, the information that was relayed to me directly by Mr. Adams and confirmed by Mr. Perumal, and it is in the recording that when I start asking Mr. Adams, where are the documents?
The affidavits obtained by you and your colleagues are very terse in content. What is that a function of? Or why is that so? I do not find them to be better than which affidavits?
Not supplementary.
Give any useful substantiation?
Nothing.
All right.
Fadiel Adams, founder and leader of the National Colored Congress, NCC, will appear before the Madlanga Commission on August 11th, 2026, after months of correspondence following a Rule 3 notice served on him on October 3rd. 2025, the Commission spokesperson confirmed Adams will testify next week as part of the ongoing inquiry into alleged criminality, political interference, and corruption within South Africa's criminal justice system. Adams is a member of Parliament who founded the Cape Colored Congress in 2020, later renamed the National Colored Congress, which secured parliamentary representation after the 2024 general election. Adams publicly laid criminal complaints against senior South African police service officials, including figures linked to crime intelligence, based on documents he said were slipped under his door. In a video on social media, Fadiel Adams said he does not fear Madlanga Commission, saying he is ready to clear his name at the commission. He claimed that people were scaring him with Parliament's ad hoc committee. Then he showed up there and turned it upside down. Adams' name has featured repeatedly during the commission's proceedings, particularly in relation to complaints that prompted investigating directorate against corruption probes into senior police and crime intelligence officers, Section 27 referral affidavits, and IDAC's actions after his 2026 arrest on fraud and defeating the ends of justice charges, for which he was granted bail. His testimony is expected to allow him to respond directly to these matters under oath.
On the matter of Mr. Adams, I was saying earlier that Mr. Fadiel Adams, I should clarify that we've had quite a number of queries in this regard, particularly because he had taken to social media and spoken at some length about, the proceedings at the commission. So, in light of that, we had received quite a number of queries, and we can now confirm that Mr. Adams, we first served him with a Rule 3 notice in October 2025, last year, and we have now confirmed that he will appear under subpoena before the Commission on the 11th of July. That's 2 Tuesdays from...
11th of?
August. Sorry, excuse me, the 11th of August, 2026.
Watch Madlanga. I'm waiting on my invite. Watch Madlanga. You remember, before I went to the ad hoc committee, it was essentially mostly people that I would stand in solidarity with, black people that were gunning me. You're going to see at the ad hoc. You're going to see at the ad hoc. And then I turned the fucking ad hoc upside down and then you went quiet. Here's your second turn. Bring Madlanga. Those are the finest legal minds in the country. Bring Madlanga. Tell him Fadiel Adams is waiting. Tell him that out there in the Cape Flats, there exists that rare animal. That thing that does not know fear. That thing that will stare down the PKTT and say, Futsak. It exists, it actually lives. Now, just because everybody bought that con man stunt on the 6th of June last year, I want you to know some of us still think. And as deep as they scratched into Section 27 at Madlanga, and even I was thinking, what the fuck? Here's the truth. Massive crime was committed. Tens of millions were stolen. And stupid people are acting like cheerleaders. But those same stupid people complain about crime and a lack of service delivery. And then it gets worse than that. It actually gets worse than that. How many of us have seen murderers and thieves and things run away, get out of jail, have cases thrown out because of a technicality, then we moan. But when it happens at a certain commission, then you want to applaud it because it comes down to skin color, doesn't it? The fact is that it was a colored boy and a handful of Indian people, and some of them have doubts about certain people, that turned the South African police services on its head. And that's the part a lot of people can't freak, and that is a real sadness. It is a real sadness. But anyway, Mensa, it's been a long day.
Adams said he wants the opportunity to clear his name and present his version of events. Speaking during a radio interview, Adams said, he is definitely going, as a matter of fact, his drafting submissions this week, and then he will request an opportunity to go to the commission. He added that his name has been dragged through the mud, been accused of being part of cartels, been accused of being handled by Firas Khan, been accused of colluding with IDAC, but not an ounce of proof has been produced. I will attach that radio interview. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and tell me what do you think in the comments section below.
I'm definitely going to Madlanga. As a matter of fact, I'm drafting my submissions this week, and then I will request an opportunity to come. You see, my name has been dragged through the mud. I've been accused of being part of cartels. I've been accused of being handled by Firas Khan. I've been accused of colluding with IDAC, but not an ounce of proof has been brought. Not 1 ounce. As a matter of fact, the ad hoc committee in the preliminary report has made it clear that I'm not guilty of any offense in their view. Out of all the mud thrown at me at the ad hoc, because they might as well have called that the Fadiel Adams Commission, because my name was raised in every second sentence.
Yeah, that was but to be fair, that was only in one session. And in that one session, Fadiel, and let me put it to you, right, that at the moment it seems that there are two factions in the police that are fighting each other. The one faction, from the evidence that was led at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry just a couple of days ago, that evidence seems to suggest that this unit, IDAC, I'm sorry to say, they do seem rogue in the way that they've handled some of these allegations and the way they've conducted themselves. Andrea Johnson's proximity to Feroz Khan and where these allegations come from, and I'm not going to go through every single bit of detail because we simply don't have the time to do that, but the song that you are singing and the chorus and tune that they are singing seem very similar, and it does seem to suggest that you were doing their bidding.
So let me put it to you as it is. I saw evidence with my own eyes. I handed that evidence to the authorities. That's the only song that I'm singing. The fact that the authorities have investigated those claims and appear to validate those claims does not mean that we're singing any song. I'm telling you that unfortunately, what I know has to wait for court. But there's no relationship between myself and Ida. I never knew these people until I issued them with my statement.